Well, I mean, you did want to talk about Kanye West giving Beanie Sigel his props too, right?
I mean, it's just one of those things. Okay, so I'm just gonna say live what I said to you on the text thread, which was is like, and this nigga Jay couldn't hand Beans $1 million.
Well, I
That's
mean,
that,
why would
that's
Jay? Why would Jay do that?
because it's just because here's what I'm saying. So this is what I mean when I talk about how like you can't tell me that Ye's not kind of doing this to kind of be like this is how you're supposed to treat him.
Well, the
You
thing
know,
is, and one thing I will say that Beans did add to Jay Z at that time, right? Jay Z is Jay Z, and I think he has that mentality too. Like, I work hard, I'm gifted, and I carry my own. I made myself type thing. He's even said that. But what I will say, that whole Philly sound and Philly wave and that whole state property thing and everything that added to Rockefeller Records and
it's,
added to Jay Z as an individual, that's
it's,
Beans.
it's Beans.
And
So
and even his ability to work with Scarface in the way that he had been with those, with Beans being involved, Beans is a big part of that. And not to mention a lot of records that were meant for Beans that he ended up getting, or flows that he ended up getting by way of Young Chris or whatever, those ideas, Beans brought that to the table.
no, that's all Beans. But it goes back to what I was saying about Ye in our previous show from the Drink Champs interview. It's like, and why don't more cats want to get behind a guy like this and build? You see what he just did? Like, Mike, I mean, if this really comes to fruition and is real, and I'm going to trust Ye on this one and say he's going to make this happen because he has the money to make it happen, that's what I'm talking about. Like, this is how we're supposed to treat each other in business because he's doing this because he's saying, like, no.
Why
Like,
wouldn't he make it happen? He
hold on,
brought
hold
this up. Like nobody else brought this up.
on.
Like
But yeah,
Beans has never even brought this up.
that's why I believe he's going to make it happen. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about, you know, him being real enough to acknowledge the fact, like, no, like Beans came up with the whole Yeezy thing, and to have the clarity in his mind about how he's supposed to do it. Like, I owe this nigga a check. I've been looking for this dude. Like how many of us as black people, not even with the amount of money that he has, like thinks that way, like with the integrity of it. I'm talking about the integrity within our community of saying, like, nah, like this done became a whole brand worth billions of dollars that started with this nigga calling me this name in baseline.
No,
Let me
for real. And again, I think the other noble part of it too is the fact that we've seen Beans get on all kind of rants and go on DVDs, smack DVDs, whatever. He has never said, "Yo, I gave Kanye his name. Where's my like?" He's never said that,
Beans
and
has his
Noriega didn't even ask him this, so he brought this up on his own. Like,
right.
yeah,
See, that's what I mean. Like Ye's a thinker too. That's why he's like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and make all of this right the way it's supposed to be. Like I'm gonna put Beans where he's supposed to be in this because that's really where Beans is supposed to be in
yeah.
this.
For everything that Beans added to that Rockefeller movement, and you're right, he should be awarded for that. And if this award or him being awarded for that comes in this form, it's only right. And
Right.
I
It's
don't
a
want to
beautiful.
say hate to say it, but it is what it is. As far as like the people in the Rockefeller team, and like you said, if he cuts this check and he stays true to everything that he said he's going to do in regards to Beans, and we know that he's living like this with Dame anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
Kanye's kind of the new leader of the Rockefeller movement. It
Mike.
is what it is.
He's putting on the people who put him on. That's what it's supposed to be about.
And he's
That's what
still
it's really
respecting
about.
Jay in the process.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
still called Jay the boss.
Mike, that's the that's the bossiest thing he did because he didn't have to.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then not Beans, Biggs is in the Drink Champs interview as well.
big pulled up. Now, Mike, who really run it?
So yeah, man, I think that was a wonderful thing. I think that's a wonderful sentiment, and like you said,
We need.
people need to move like that, and you need to respect and appreciate the people who helped you get to where you are. Now, obviously, when you get to a certain point, not saying anybody did all the hard work for you, but we're all inspired by, you know, all kinds of things around us. And to acknowledge that, I think
Right.
is awesome.
But here's what I'm saying is that like when Ye does something like this, we don't need to be questioning it. We need to be like clapping for it. Like yes, this is what
Yeah.
we're supposed to be doing. Like yeah, let's get with this program. So for whatever people may think about him, and I know people even at the interview still calling him crazy. It's like no, that's not crazy. What you've been taught to think about how to move in business with your own is crazy. Like we got to do a lot of self-correcting to stop calling him crazy because a lot of the stuff that he's doing is actually stuff that we fundamentally should have been doing, but we don't.